is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. We are now learning the identities of the people on board a deadly boat crash. The crash closed the port for hours, leaving thousands of passengers stranded on land and sea. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein has more.
Behind this gate here, you can see the boat involved in this wreck. We can't get any closer because it is now evidence into an investigation that is just beginning. From above, the 32-foot boat sits at Florida Fish and Wildlife. From the ground, you can see large cracks in the hull. According to investigators, the boat collided with the Fisher Island ferry early Sunday morning, sending 29-year-old Angel Dominguez and 27-year-old Christian Fernandez into the water. Angel was pulled out. Christian did not make it. The boat sinking in the middle of the channel, shutting down access to cruise ships in and out of Port Miami.
I received a text message from the cruise ship stating that about the accident that happened in the Port of Miami, and all cruise ships were going to be delayed 3 hours.
But the hours dragged on. Chaos as 3 cruise ships were stuck out at sea, thousands of passengers on board, and thousands of passengers in the terminals waiting to head out.
It was a madhouse. There was actually a couple fist fights that broke out.
The Coast Guard and FWC eventually able to pull the boat out, and by midnight, all cruises were expected to be on their way.
Just frustrated. I understand about the accident, and I'm pretty sure the passengers do as well. However, just frustrating.
With business as usual now at the port, the job at hand, finding out what led up to this tragedy. In Northeast Miami-Dade, Terry Hornstein, CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Taking a live look outside, we've had some heavy downpours today. So how does the rest of the week look? Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler has some good news for us. Cindy.
I do, at least a little bit.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we've been so wet. We could use more sunshine, more dry time. And I think starting tomorrow and going into the middle part of the week, a little bit drier air will try to work its way in here. So not as many showers and thunderstorms. We'll still have some, but not as many. Now, the atmosphere has really settled down now across parts of Broward County and Miami-Dade. We did have some heavy rain earlier, especially around Pembroke Pines and so forth. You can see we just have a few sprinkles left over. These showers trying to move to the north and east. That's the flow at this point. Picked up anywhere from 1 to 3 inches this afternoon. We had a flood advisory around Pembroke Pines. So Sunrise, Davie, Pembroke Pines, 2.5, maybe 2 inches on the Sweetwater, just to the west of Doral area today. That's where those storms sat. They barely moved. They dropped that heavy rain. And then the development is now pushing back to the west side of the state. That's what you get with a southeasterly flow. Even the storms over southeastern Miami-Dade, you get them into the Ocean Reef area, Key Largo. Those are starting to shrink and die out as well as the atmosphere is now worked over. And even the Keys now have dried out too. So things are going to be settling down for this evening. Temperature now is 85 degrees. High today so far has been 91 degrees. Then the clouds came in. Temperature dropped all the way down to 80 degrees, but we're starting to recover now. So it still feels very sticky out there. It feels like it's 95 degrees. So yeah, even though the sun comes out, that even makes it feel worse. So yeah, expect it to be very, very sticky heading into the evening hours. So the rain comes to an end. We should be partly to mostly cloudy overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to start with a few showers. Even in the morning hours, there could be a spotty shower here and there around Miami Beach, downtown Miami around noon. There could be a shower, but again, fewer showers and storms tomorrow because of that little bit of drier air that tries to get here in the mid-levels. It does make a little bit of a difference. And then Wednesday again, this is going to be a hot and humid day with a few showers and thunderstorms again developing mainly over the inland and then pushing westward. This is over tomorrow. We could see some pockets up to 2 inches. It is possible. These storms will be slow movers. And over the next few days, rain chances down, kind of up and down, up and down. So overall, a little bit less as far as showers and storms. But there's a price to pay for that. Temperatures will be heating up, especially Wednesday and Thursday, near record highs. Then we get back to more of a wet pattern as we head to the end of the week. Remember Cindy? It was a tropical storm. Well, of course, it weakened over the weekend. We still have the remnants out there, but even that doesn't look like it's going to have much of a chance. About a 30% chance we could get some redevelopment as it moves to the north. We'll keep an eye on it for you, but those winds, they're going to become very hostile again as we head toward the weekend. So here's your forecast. Temperatures hot. It's going to be humid with a chance for showers and thunderstorms each day.
All right, thank you, Cindy. A jury is deciding Scot Peterson's fate as we speak. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray has the very latest.
The jury in the Scot Peterson case will be deciding his fate after hearing closing arguments. Now, he is charged with child neglect and culpable negligence related to what happened on the third floor of the 1200 building at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School back in February 2018. He's only charged in connection with what happened on the third floor because he arrived after the shooting began. So there are 10 counts related to child neglect and culpable negligence. Now, Peterson is claiming that he did not know where the shots were coming from. It was a large campus and there was an echo effect. Prosecutors say that he ran from the gunfire and he refused. He chose not to go into the building to protect those students and staff. We'll be following developments and bring you the latest as it happens. In Fort Lauderdale, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
Thank you, Joan. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is at the Texas border today. During his visit in Eagle Pass, the governor, who is also running for president, shared his concerns about immigration. DeSantis maintained that the federal government isn't doing enough to combat the influx of illegal immigration. He went on to say that if elected as president, he would deputize all states and local governments to enforce immigration laws. Hialeah Councilman Brian Calvo is calling for an immediate investigation. It's into what he calls, quote, an alarming revelation of the city's 911 operators. According to the councilman, between January 1st and May 31st, more than 4,700 calls went unanswered in Hialeah. He says part of the problem is salary and staffing.
The starting salary before this whole process started was $15 an hour for a 911 operator that, by the way, they have to have a year-long certification, 240 hours. They have to take a state exam.
The unit has the budget for 21 callers, but it currently only employs 6. The air conditioning unit is busted at a local VA. We find out what's being done to fix the problem. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Now to a story only on CBS News Miami. A group of veterans at the Miami VA have been relocated to West Palm Beach over the weekend. The facility experienced issues with its air conditioning system. Employees and family members contacted us here at CBS News Miami. They were concerned about their loved ones' well-beings. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister shares what we learned about the situation and the investigation.
Ain't no air conditioning. It is hot. It is really hot.
That's how one anonymous employee at the Miami VA healthcare system is describing the conditions inside the nursing unit.
And the veterans, a lot of them are dehydrated.
This employee says that over the last week, there's been issues with air conditioning within the nursing unit of the Miami VA. One CBS News Miami viewer sending us this video of what looks to be devices used to circulate air in the building.
The third floor has been evacuated. We still have veterans on 1 and 2.
A family member of one of the veterans told us off camera that his father was transferred to ICU following the AC issues. The VA employee says the scorching South Florida summer heat is taking a toll on some of the patients.
Some have been in the emergency room. Some have been transferred to ICR.
We reached out to the Miami VA about the allegations. While they say they're experiencing issues with the AC, we're told they acted quickly, putting spot chillers inside of the building as they continue to work on repairs. Miami VA spokesman Ken Griffin providing us with this statement that says in part, a limited number of patients were preemptively moved to other areas of the hospital, not the emergency department, ensuring maximum safety for our patients. We are continuously monitoring patient safety and comfort as we work through this issue. The claim that residents needed the emergency room is false, although the emergency room is available for anyone who feels they may need their services. But some employees and family members tell us they're fed up and say the veterans deserve better care.
If I had to put a percentage on the veterans being taken care of right now, I'm going to give it 50%.
Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Those veterans are expected to return within the next 3 days. The power of CBS News and the CBS News Miami stream are always at your fingertips. We're on Pluto TV and it's all free. Or find us on your favorite streaming device with the CBS News app, then click CBS News Miami. That's your Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami and have a great day.